Yo, it's Dr. Love, not a gimmick, it's a vibe. On the mic, dropping heat like a powerbomb dive. Aaron loves wrestling, you better believe. We suplex truth, no tricks up the sleeves. If in the ring, I got passion in my veins. Call me Aaron the Doc, I dissect the game. I break down promos, storylines, beef like rolling with the bloodline. I'm the tribal chief. Mic in my hand like brass knucks on a fist. Talk legends and heels, not a name on the list I miss. From Flair's woo to MJF's mind, I see through the kayfabe, I'm decades refined. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make you snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. I talk chair shots, cage locks, table breaks. Old school vibes mixed with high stakes takes. TNA to AW, WWE. Indie darlings too, I keep it elite. Dropping FTR facts, rolling burns. Every storyline twist, I'm the one who learns. No cap, I got love like Macho for Liz. Wrestling is life and this podcast is biz. Hit 'em with the elbow like I'm Savage from the sky. If you ain't down with wrestling, tell me why. We bleed for the craft, the bumps, the fame. Dr. Love bringing justice to the wrestling name. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make you snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. So tune in, turn up, feel the pop. Aaron loves wrestling, we don't ever stop. Doctor in the house loves the prescription. Wrestling's my life, no need for description. Yo. So tune in, turn up, feel the pop. Aaron loves wrestling, we don't ever stop. Doctor in the house loves the prescription. Wrestling's my life, no need for description. Yo, it's Dr. Love, not a gimmick, it's a vibe. On the mic, dropping heat like a powerbomb dive. Aaron loves wrestling, you better believe. We suplex truth, no tricks up the sleeves. If in the ring, I got passion in my veins. Call me Aaron the Doc, I dissect the game. I break down promos, storylines, beef like rolling with the bloodline. I'm the tribal chief. Mic in my hand like brass knucks on a fist. Talk legends and heels, not a name on the list I miss. From Flair's woo to MJF's mind, I see through the kayfabe, I'm decades refined. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make you snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. I talk chair shots, cage locks, table breaks. Old school vibes mixed with high stakes takes. TNA to AW, WWE. Indie darlings too, I keep it elite. Dropping FTR facts, rolling burns. Every storyline twist, I'm the one who learns. No cap, I got love like Macho for Liz. Wrestling is life and this podcast is biz. Hit 'em with the elbow like I'm Savage from the sky. If you ain't down with wrestling, tell me why. We bleed for the craft, the bumps, the fame. Dr. Love bringing justice to the wrestling name. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make you snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. So tune in, turn up, feel the pop. Aaron loves wrestling, we don't ever stop. Doctor in the house loves the prescription. Wrestling's my life, no need for description. Yo. So tune in. addiction. Wrestling's my life, no need for description. Yo, it's Dr. Love, not a gimmick, it's a vibe. On the mic, dropping heat like a powerbomb dive. Aaron loves wrestling, you better believe. We suplex truth, no tricks up the sleeves. If in the ring, I got passion in my veins. Call me Aaron the Doc, I dissect the game. I break down promos, storylines, beef like rolling with the bloodline. I'm the tribal chief. Mic in my hand like brass knucks on a fist. Talk legends and heels, not a name on the list I missed. From Flair's woo to MJF's mind, I see through the kayfabe, I'm decades refined. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make you snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. I talk chair shots, cage locks, table breaks. Old school vibes mixed with high stakes takes. TNA to AW, WWE. Indie darlings too, I keep it elite. Dropping FTR facts, rolling burns. Every storyline twist, I'm the one who learns. No cap, I got love like Macho for Liz. Wrestling is life and this podcast is biz.
How's it going on, my wrestling lovers? This is the Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Love himself, Aaron, and I am here to talk about National Wrestling Alliance Powerr. That's right, NWA Powerr, that comes on the Roku channel every Tuesday night, and it is great. I love it because it gives me that nostalgia feel of old school wrestling. It gives me brings back the tradition of wrestling and mixed in with some of the modern style of wrestling. And I think it's great. I think NWA Powerr is a really great show. They got some solid matches, solid stories that are going on. And I love the classic look to the titles, to the with some of the wrestlers and their gimmicks, their ring gear. I really love the NWA ring itself. I think it is the best ring in wrestling today. I love the red, white, and blue ropes, the red, white, and blue feel. I love it. I love it all. I think it is all really great. So if you're not watching NWA wrestling, NWA Powerr, man, I highly encourage it. You know, there's some great wrestlers on there. There's some great stories on there, and I enjoy watching NWA Powerr. I can't wait to watch it this coming Tuesday. ThrillBilly, Silas Mason has really won me over. I'm a big fan. I also love Bryan Idol, who is the NWA World Television Champion. Alex Taylor, the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, which, by the way, I love weight classes when it comes to titles. I do. If we could have that in WWE and AEW as well, where they can bring back maybe cruiserweight or light heavyweight, bring in the weight classes to kind of, you could kind of put some wrestlers in a title contention for a title. You could do this with light heavyweight with such as Finn Balor and others in WWE. Same thing with AEW with some of the wrestlers they got over there. I love it when a wrestling company has different weight classes for their titles. I loved it when WCW did it back in the day. I thought it was really cool, and I loved it. I love that NWA sticks to it because NWA used to do it back in the day. New Japan does it. They even have junior heavyweight tag team championships and junior heavyweight title. So I think it would be great for WWE and AEW to get on that as well. But I love NWA Powerr. If you are not watching NWA Powerr, again, I highly encourage it. It's on the Roku channel. If you have Roku, it's free on the Roku channel. Just when they air on Tuesdays, go watch it. You can watch this past Tuesdays, and you can even watch NWA 77, which is one of their big shows, and that's where we saw some title changes. One in particular, or two of them, I should say. Uh, ThrillBilly became the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Thomas Latimer and Natasha Markov. She ended Kenzie Page's 2-year reign as NWA Women's Champion. And now she is the new NWA Women's Champion. We have new tag team champions. The Immortals are the new NWA World Tag Team Champions. Uh, and, NWA 77, if you missed it, go watch it. Again, it's on the Roku channel. And watch this past Tuesday's episode, which I'm about to get in, talk about here in a minute. Oh, we got Jake, the tribal chief, in the house. What is going on, my brother? I'm glad that you are here. Appreciate you joining today. How are you doing? What is going on with you, brother? I really enjoyed, again, I'm not sure if you watch NWA Powerr, Jake, but if you don't, I highly encourage it. Also, tonight I'll be joining Devin, the tribal chief, for WWE Survivor Series War Games watch along. Can't wait for that. It'll be kicking off here in a couple of hours, so I can't wait. So I'm gonna get in this quick review real quick. But yep, NWA Powerr started off with with the Colonel Joe Kazana declaring himself the new NWA president. That's right. He is the new NWA president, and by the way, they kind of have the territories back in a way, which they have NWA Chicago, NWA Exodus Pro. They got Fight the World Wrestling that is involved with the territories. NWA Texas, Dog Pound, New Mexico, NWA New Mexico, Crossfire Wrestling. All these wrestling promotions are under the territory banner, which I love that they brought that back, because way back in the day when it was NWA, you had different wrestling promotions under the NWA banner, and there were the territory days. And if you don't know a lot about that, there's some YouTube videos out there. I'm going to do one about it one day, talking about the territory days of wrestling, because that is in my opinion, one of the probably the golden era of professional wrestling, because you had different promotions working with each other, with their top stars, their titles, all of that, and it made wrestling better than just sticking with one company, sticking it to itself. And then when Vince McMahon Jr. inherited from Senior, the WWF at the time, which was under the NWA banner, he broke out from under it and started the WWF, and the rest is history. Vince took over the territories. He drug in a lot of the top stars, which drew the fans over, which hurt NWA, and then eventually it all fell apart. But I like how the NWA Powerr brought back the territory type feel with some of these other promotions. And, this is really cool in my opinion. And, Joe Kazana has declared himself the president of the territories. And his little thing, I like it. It's by the book. We're going to go by the book. And, I think it's pretty cool to add that with the character, and they're going by the book and everything. So we'll see how this story plays out. But that now we go on to the beginning of the show. They go to the ring. You got Alex Taylor and Kerry Morton. Kerry Morton is the son of Ricky Morton, and he is part of the NWA United States Tag Team Champions. That's right. The NWA United States Tag Team Championships are also in NWA, and I love that. It brings that, again, old school type feel with it brings that old school type feel with the NWA, and the old school type feel of you having different titles like that. I love those type of titles, especially for the tag team championships. And the NWA United States tag team titles look really great in my opinion. All the NWA titles, NWA Powerr, look great and has that old school type feel to it, brings back that nostalgia um, to professional wrestling. So you had Kerry Morton and Alex Taylor, which Alex Taylor is also the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. That is right. The NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion is Alex Taylor, and you got him, also the NWA United States Tag Team Champion with Kerry Morton. And they introduced their partner, which they're part of the Southern Six faction, which I think is pretty cool. And they introduced ThrillBilly, Silas Mason. He comes out, and I love Silas Mason. I really do. Silas Mason is is really cool. And he comes out, and I love the old school type entrance, with the ramp and everything. The setup has that old school type feel. So he comes out to the ring, and he gives a great promo. He mentions many legendary NWA world champions. He drops Overall Brown, Lou Thez, Terry Funk, Ricky Steamboat, and Ric Flair. Woo! So he mentions all of them, but he says they're all standing up or staring up at him, looking up from hell, looking at him as he is, and saying, "Thank you, ThrillBilly, for carrying on the legacy." The NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt, the 10 pounds of gold, to me is one of the best. To me, is the best world title in professional wrestling history. And I love that NWA Powerr has brought that old school type feel to the NWA world title. And there's also the NWA Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship, the Big Gold Belt, one that WWE inherited from WCW when they bought out WCW, that WCW took from the NWA. And that is the big gold belt that you see. But the old school big gold belt, that world title was gorgeous. And Ric Flair, if I'm not mistaken, still has the original because they gave him the original because he was one of the best NWA World Heavyweight Champions in NWA history. And, the 10 pounds of gold belt, I love that one. This is the one I love. This is the old school one, the nostalgia feel. And I love that the NWA Powerr has kept it going. So after that, Thomas Latimer comes out, and he is wanting a rematch for the world title. And then you have Trevor Murdoch, which if you don't remember Trevor Murdoch, he was in WWE back in the day with Lance Cade in a tag team. God rest his soul, Lance Cade. And now he has been on the independents, but now he's in NWA, and he's a two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion since being with NWA Powerr. And he comes out, and him and Thomas Latimer give a great promo. A good standoff promo. And there's going to be an number one contender for the NWA World title set up here soon. And he even mentioned a few stipulations, which I haven't seen in a while. One of them is First Blood. I haven't seen a First Blood match in a long time, and I love that match. That was one of my favorite matches. And y'all can say what you want with blood in wrestling, but I love when there's some blood in wrestling. I do. It ain't got to be all the time, but when the time is right, especially when you have cage matches or hardcore matches, Texas death matches, that's when blood should be brought in. And I love that there is and I miss the First Blood matches. The WWE used to do it a lot back in the day, and then they stopped. So I love that he mentioned that, and I hope we get that in NWA Powerr soon. So soon we will have Trevor Murdoch go up against Thomas Latimer in a number one contenders match to challenge ThrillBilly for the NWA World title. So then we go from that to Big Strong Mims, which he's a pretty cool talent. I've enjoyed watching him. And he is calling out the Pope. That's right. If you remember the Pope back in TNA, he is calling him out, wants revenge for costing him his NWA national title, which is NWA 77. So we'll get soon Big Strong Mims against the Pope on NWA. And now we have the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Alex Taylor versus Damian Fenrir. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, forgive me. But this 101 match was a really good wrestling match. And like I said, the old school type of wrestling that they provide in NWA, I really love. Um, and this one was one of them. Both Damian and Alex had a great one-on-one match. I loved every single second of it. In the end, Alex Taylor wins and retains his NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship and hits his finishing move, the green whistle, and then he gets the pin and is still the NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, which again, Alex Taylor, he's a great talent as well. The Southern Six, they're a great group. I enjoy watching them on NWA. So Alex Taylor retains, and now we go to Natalia Markova, which I think I said her name wrong earlier, so forgive me. But she cuts a great promo talking about a new era of the Crush, which that's her thing, the Crush. And she is the new NWA Women's World Champion. Again, ending Kenzie Page's 2-year reign, which was an impressive title reign for the women's division in wrestling itself. So Natalia, they're moving on with her, and she is now the new women's champion. So we'll see what is in store next week. But she cuts a pretty good promo here. And then we go on from that to a tag team match with this Nightmare Sin. Remember, I talked about the old school type of wrestling, the feel, the gimmicks, and everything. This is one of them. Nightmare Sin. They have Austin Idol in their corner, another legend in the NWA, which his son Bryan Idol is wrestling as well, and he's the NWA World Television Champion. So, which shout out to Bryan Idol. He's a great champion, and I love how he's defending NWA. I've seen him on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and I see him defending NWA from those who are hating on the company, which stop hating. Love wrestling. I love wrestling. NWA is one of them, and NWA Powerr is great. I love NWA Powerr. So all you haters out there, stop hating. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, but you ain't got to say nothing negative about it because there's nothing negative about NWA Powerr. NWA Powerr is a great wrestling show. Hopefully soon they will come in my area, which Bryan Idol told me that they'll be coming near the Dallas area, so I'll be attending one of those shows, and I can't wait. But they go up against a newly formed tag team with Tyler Franks and Christiano Argentino, Argentino, and again, old school. So Nightmare Sin has been a solid tag team for a while now. And then when you get a newly formed team and their egos get in the way and things like that, that's another old school type of feel with the NWA Powerr. So these Tyler and Christiano obviously failed to win this match. Nightmare Sin wins and by pinfall. This was a really good tag team match. And another thing I love about NWA Powerr is they bring back tag team wrestling was really special back in the day with NWA, AWA, Mid-South, and all the Crockett Cup and all that stuff, and many tag team titles. Like I said, the NWA, they have the United States Tag Team Championships, NWA back in the day, and AWA, they all had that kind of those kind of titles there. They even had 6-man tag team titles. So, it's great that NWA Powerr puts tag team wrestling on the spotlight because tag team wrestling has been kind of an afterthought, and especially WWE used to be really big, and then now not so much. And WWE is one of them. AEW, kind of keep that tag team wrestling importance there, and FTR is one of the front runners of that. But again, they can slack on the tag team division at times. So I love that NWA Powerr focuses a lot on it, and they had the Crockett Cup back because that was a big tournament, and that would set up who would be the number one contenders for the NWA Tag Team Championships. And I love the tournaments. I love the tournaments NWA Powerr does, the old school tournaments NWA had. I love that New Japan does those type of tournaments. I love the Continental Classic tournament in AEW. I love tournaments like that that set up a new challenger for the champions. I think it's the best way to determine who would face the champion because they earned their way there with this tournament. Instead of someone coming in out of nowhere and dropping, hey, I'm challenging you, or just a random, especially if they've lost a few matches. Sorry, if you lose a couple matches and you challenge the champion, I don't think it looks good. You lost a few matches. What gives you the right to challenge the champion for his or her title? So I love the tournaments that goes on in NWA, in AEW, and I kind of wish WWE would do it a little bit more. A lot of times they won't do it unless there's a vacated title, and that's the only time they do it. They're doing the Last Time Is Now tournament to determine who's Cena's final opponent is, but WWE doesn't do as many tournaments as other companies. I love that New Japan does a lot of tournaments. It just brings a sport feel to professional wrestling. And I love that NWA kind of focuses on that, especially with the Crockett Cup. Next, we go to the NWA World Television Championship match with Bryan Idol, who's the champion, going up against Slade. And if you don't know who Slade is, and he's with Aaron Stevens, which formerly is known as Damian Sandow in WWE when he teamed with The Miz. But Slade, seeing this guy come out, bro, he has that world champion look to him. He has that world championship look to him. And I am, for one, am a fan of Slade, and I kind of want to see where NWA goes with them because he looks great. Love the ring gear on there that he has and everything, kind of that old school type Kurt Angle type look, and the way, and also that kind of Chad Gable has, so I love Slade, and they had a great match, Bryan Idol and Slade. To me, it was the match of the night on NWA Powerr because I love this match here. And one thing that kind of points out to me was that Bryan Idol won by disqualification because when he was going for the ropes and Slade had him in the lock, Steven pulls, Aaron Stevens, who is Slade's manager, pulls the rope away. Which, again, if it was AEW or WWE, nothing would have been done except for the ref maybe not seeing it or kind of getting on to the one on the outside or ejecting them from the ring, which would break the wrestler's hold on them. And then, so we've seen it many times. But in this situation, again, the old school rules here, the traditional rules of wrestling, it was a disqualification for Slade, which means Bryan Idol retained the title, and the title cannot change hands on disqualification, countout, etc. And I love that because it brought those little things matter to me in a wrestling, in professional wrestling. So I am glad that I thought it was cool that they had that in there. And a lot of people don't think that was cool. Maybe you're thinking I'm weird for thinking that's cool, but I don't care because I love it when you have those old school type of rules brought up, and it shows in the match. It's kind of highlighted. Aaron Stevens pulling back the rope, preventing Bryan Idol from getting to the rope to break the hold, and then refs like, no, we're not doing it like that. Disqualification. Bryan Idol's still the champ, and there you go. So I love this for NWA, and NWA watches or anything. Keep doing it because I love the old school. Again, the old school type rules with the new style. Then we go to the main event. Remember I mentioned tag team wrestling? Well, here we go. NWA World Tag Team titles are on the line. The belts are on the line. I love that NWA Powerr has kept the old school look of these titles. These NWA tag team titles look like title belts. They look phenomenal. I love these titles. They're probably going to be my favorite tag team titles as well in professional wrestling because they look great. They look like title belts. The gold and everything on it, I love it. I really do. uh, so they are the Immortals, which are a great tag team, by the way. Go check them out. I love the Immortals. And they go up against the Colognes, Primo and Epical Cologne, which, if you remember them from WWE, and they go up against them in a great tag team match. And this was a rematch of the Crockett Cup. The Immortals won it, but this is a rematch, and they put the titles on the line. And again, a great tag team match, and I love Kratos in this tag team of the Immortals. He looks phenomenal. He could be also possibly a future NWA World Champion, maybe NWA National Champion or NWA Television Champion. But Kratos looks great, and I love the tag team. I really do. I even love Odinson. He looks good. So, but they have they have a great tag team match, and the Immortals retain their titles, and I love their finishing move. The finishing move looks great. And that was the end of NWA Powerr. Again, the Immortals retained their titles. Bryan Idol retained his title. Alex Taylor retained his title. A great promo in the beginning by ThrillBilly, Silas Mason, and with Thomas Latimer and Trevor Murdoch for the NWA World title. NWA Powerr is great. Again, if you're not watching NWA Powerr, I highly encourage it. I'm going to be doing more reviews. I did one review a couple months ago, and I kind of slacked on it, but I still watch it. But I'm like, I'm going to do more NWA reviews. I probably even do NWA watch-alongs when I can at times. But I love the NWA Powerr. If you're not watching it, again, please go and do so because I love NWA Powerr. And I'm a fan of the nostalgia and the old school feel, especially when it comes to the territories that they brought back. I'm just a fan of NWA Powerr. So again, if you are not watching, watch it. And for all those that are hating on it out there, all those who are talking negative, and haters, all those who are talking negative and hating on wrestling in general, but especially NWA Powerr. Enough. If you don't like it, I respect that. Don't watch it. But when you start going in people's comments and you start talking disrespectfully about a wrestling company because maybe it's not your thing, you're not a fan of it, you're not aware how they do things, then that's where it crosses the line. Rather, whatever company it is, whether you're going to bat for AEW or going to bat for WWE, whatever it is, just watch and enjoy professional wrestling. Everyone has gotten used to I would say the WWE type of wrestling, which is the big flashy lights and the big productions and stuff like that, which is nothing against it. Okay. It's cool a lot of times, especially with some of the entrances and stuff like that. So I'm not speaking negative on it. But when you have small promotions like this, it's appreciative because you have wrestlers that can have a job and you have people who can find alternatives to WWE when they're not a fan of what's going on right now. Same thing for when it's AEW. AEW has some great stuff going on. Nothing disrespectful towards them or WWE. Same thing for TNA in New Japan. NWA Powerr has got the same thing. They got great wrestling that goes on, and a lot of it is the old school type of wrestling, especially if you're not a fan of the flips and all that. Type of wrestling. The AEW does a lot. WWE does some. And New Japan definitely does a lot. And TNA kind of in the middle. And if you're a fan of the old school traditional style of wrestling, watch NWA Powerr. Go over there. Watch them, and you'll find that there are wrestlers in there you could be a fan of, and you'll enjoy the show. I mean, they have definitely developed over the past few years. I think they restarted back in 2018 or 19, if I'm not mistaken, and it kind of hit some bumpy roads along the way, especially with 2020 and the pandemic and the shutdown. And then they slowly have started to come out of the ashes from that and risen up, and they've gotten way better, especially with the matches, the stories, the production, everything. And like I said, I love NWA Powerr, and I'm going to continue watching every Tuesday. Going to be going to the shows one day, and soon I'll be buying some merch. You'll see some NWA merch on here when I do NWA reviews. So again, if you're not watching NWA Powerr, I highly encourage it. So with that being said, in the description, you can go and check out my affiliations with Prince Nana Coffee. Love me some Prince Nana Coffee. Click the link in the description below. Go get yourself some Prince Nana Coffee. Get yourself a pure plank. Planks are great. I'm a personal trainer, and I love doing planks. Planks are great for your posture. It's great for your core. Burns fat. Get yourself a pure plank. They have different variations of pure plank. Soon I'll be getting me one, probably my Christmas gift. I'll be getting me one, and we'll be doing so as well. I've recently been affiliated with Pure Plank, so go and click the link as well and use the promo code Aaron Loves Wrestling, and you can get 10% off your purchase. W Energy, same thing. Use promo code Aaron Loves Wrestling, get 10% off your purchase. Go get yourself some W Energy. And also, my favorite source of energy is iDrink. Right there, iDrink. iDrink with the Q. Go to their website. You can read a lot about them, but clean energy without the caffeine and out the jitters. I love iDrink. I drink it before workout, maybe even after workout. I drink it while I'm at work, and I work long 12-hour shifts. I do love iDrink. So go get yourself some iDrink as well. That is my review of NWA Powerr. Again, if you missed it, rewatch it, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the hype button as well. Get me up there in that algorithm. I appreciate everybody who came in the chat, especially Jake, the original Tribal Chief. Catch me tonight with Devin, the Tribal Chief. Go to his YouTube and catch me tonight with Devin, the Tribal Chief, for WWE Survivor Series War Games watch along. Can't wait for that. Going to be a big night. So go over there and check us out. Join us in the live chats. And that's it, y'all. All I got to say is enough tribalism, enough with the hate, and just love professional wrestling. Just love professional wrestling. Have some fun. Have a blessed night and enjoy WWE Survivor Series tonight. And again, go to the Riku channel and check out NWA Powerr. Great wrestling. Love all y'all. Peace out.
Yo, it's Dr. Love, not a gimmick, it's a vibe. On the mic, dropping heat like a powerbomb dive. Aaron loves wrestling, you better believe. We suplex truth, no tricks up the sleeves. Step in the ring, I got passion in my veins. Call me Aaron the Doc, I dissect the game. I break down promos, storylines, beef like rolling with the bloodline. I'm the tribal chief. Mic in my hand like brass knucks on a fist. Talk legends and heels, not a name on the list I miss. From Flair's woo to MJF's mind, I see through the kayfabe, I'm decades refined. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make you snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. I talk chair shots, cage locks, table breaks. Old school vibes mixed with high stakes takes. TNA to AW, WWE. Indie darlings too, I keep it elite. Dropping FTR facts, rolling burns. Every storyline twist, I'm the one who learns. No cap, I got love like Macho for Liz. Wrestling is life and this podcast is biz. Hit 'em with the elbow like I'm Savage from the sky. If you ain't down with wrestling, tell me why. We bleed for the craft, the bumps, the fame. Dr. Love bringing justice to the wrestling name. Dr. Love in the booth, bringing heat to the mat. Wrestling knowledge so sharp, it'll make it snap back. From the ropes to the ramp, I'm calling each move. This ain't just a show, it's a powerbomb groove. So tune in, turn up, feel the pop. Aaron loves wrestling, we don't ever stop. Doctor in the house loves the prescription. Wrestling's my life, no need for description. Joe. in the house loves the prescription. Wrestling's my life, no need